right, guys, this morning I want to talk about just tossing away some of our excuses as we get in towards the end of the year. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk into making, ready for this? We're going to talk about making the qualitative quantitative and vice versa. Ooh, how do we do that? And why does that matter for us as real estate agents? So first thing I want to do is talk about some of these excuses. I am going to embarrass my good friend Nina here because I am so stinking proud of her. Nina decided that she wanted to show up inside of my accountability group. And so I just want to share this with you guys. Inside of here, here's my accountability check-in. Oops. Accountability check-in. And hopefully you guys can see. Somebody give me on the screen a thumbs up or put it in the chat if you can see Macy's. A little smiley face. Smiley face. Thumbs up, Macy's. All right, so my friend Nina, she did something that I hope every real estate agent does, okay? Every real estate agent does. And that when she got to a point where she felt like she was getting stumped up or tripped up, she reached out for help. So Nina's been committing, along with others here, to be a part of my accountability group, calling every day, or you set a number of days, and then you check in the morning with a selfie, and then when you start, and then you check in with a screenshot of your follow-up post when you're done, just proves that you did it. Well, Nina came back and said, well, people kept telling me that they're just looking. And then I met probably 15 people who said they already bought a house. So I was like, look, we can't do anything about that they bought a house, but we know then that the leads are good because they bought. So what about the ones that are just saying they're just looking? She was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I was like, hey, listen, what's your favorite store that you go to when you go to the mall? She goes, I go to Macy's. I said, all right, cool. So when you're at Macy's and that lady comes up to you and says, hi, can I help you? What do you say? She goes, I just say I'm just browsing. I'm just looking around. I'm like, are you going to probably buy something there, Nina? She's like, I am. I'm going to buy something. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, these guys are going to buy stuff. They're just in that position where they don't want to be sold. So what we got to do is we got to just ask them a few more questions. And so I want to take some of our excuses of whatever we're facing right now for ourselves or we're hearing for our clients. I just want to put them in the trash can. So now how can we do that? The best way that we can do that is by actually writing them down. We have to be able to, psychologists will tell us you got to label your problems so that you can call them, you can figure out what they are, and then you can get rid of them. So whatever you're facing today, number one, for your excuses for yourself, I want you to write that down. You don't have to put that in chat. You don't have to put that in there. But I want you to take a minute at some point and just write down, what is my excuses to not show up big for my business until the end of the year? Maybe that's, I don't think anyone's going to buy. Maybe it's no one wants to have me over for listing appointments right now. No one wants to answer the phone. Those are excuses. Here's what's not an excuse. What's not an excuse is I decided to set time apart for me and my family in order to spend time with them, every Friday or every Monday or whatever. That's not an excuse. So I want us to put those excuses to the side. And then what I want to do is I want to be able to make the most of our time until the end of the year. So I want to walk with you guys through making the qualitative quantitative and the quantitative qualitative. So somebody give me an idea. What does the word qualitative mean? What does the word qualitative? Go ahead, Cara. You can jump in on this one. I know you're primed, right? I think you're the only one besides Jess on camera. Oh, it's quantitative. How about that?
Quantitative is it's the more that you do something. It's not like it. Quantitative is just how often you're doing something or how much of something you're doing.
Quantitative numbers. Okay. Somebody else. Qualitative. What's qualitative? Qualitative. Well, it comes right from that. You can hear that word quality inside of the word, and you can hear the word quantity inside of the other word. So one is quantity and one is quality. And here's how people generally describe real estate markets. Hey, I hear the real estate market is what? Good. I hear the real estate market is bad. Those are qualitative words to describe things that otherwise they do not have numbers or quantity to. And so what I want to be able to do for you guys today is be able to help you create an email that you can post, or you can, send out. Or number two, something that you can post on social media that makes sense. So I want to start by doing this. You guys may have seen, if you're in Connecticut, some of you are not, some of you are in Rhode Island here. Good morning, both Jesses here. But there is a team in Connecticut that posts a lot of quantitative details about the real estate market. They do it probably once a month, and they'll say 394 new listings, 600 more sales, blah, blah, blah. They'll just say numbers. And it doesn't really get a lot of interactions. And the reason is because you're stating a huge number, lots of numbers, but people don't know as to how it fits in with the bigger picture. So what I want to do for you guys is I want you to be able to make sense of that. So for each one of you, please, in the chat, I would love you to pick 3 zip codes if you can. If you're off camera, Jaden, I know you're still in bed in Mexico. Jess, you're driving. Thank you for being on camera. Anyone else, pick 3 zip codes and put it in chat. 3 zip codes. We're gonna do some quantitative and qualitative work on it this morning. Nice. Taylor, Sean, thank you. Jordan coming in with my roots, Windsor locks. Phil, thank you for Bloomfield, Windsor, and Glastonbury, if I'm not mistaken. Jaden with Avon and other ones that I don't know. Okay, great job. Okay, so what I want us to do is the next step on this is I want us to be able to look back 90 days, ready? 90 days as to what's happening in each one of those zip codes. And I want you to put this, ready? It's either cooling, excuse me, ignore that. It's cooling, it's heating, or it's tepid. It's cooling, it's heating, or it's tepid. That's the words, okay? Did you see how those are? I don't know if that didn't show up in the chat there. Cooling, heating, or tepid. Do you see how those are qualitative words? It is cool, it is hot, it is tepid. Another one is good, bad, or indifferent. Okay? Hot, cold, or increasing, decreasing, stable. Do you see how these are all qualitative versus, ready, quantitative? We're going to get into that in just a second. So here's what I want you to do. You're going to go over your tasks for today is to go over to something. I'm going to show you how to do it, whether it's on Redfin. Here's Redfin. And you can look back. Here's 90 days. Look back 90. There's the sale prices. Here's the numbers of homes sold. 90 days. Here's the median days on market. And I'm looking back 90 days. Ready? So that's one of them. Here's on InfoSparks if I wanted to do it here. Here's 06096. You can just pop it in right there. There's the zips. And I can look back 90 days. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Stable. Tepid. Now I can also look at months of or days on market. Pretty stable. Do you see how I'm doing this? I want you to be able to look back 90 days. Now, I do not want to move on because I'm going to show you how to put this into action and really get some interactions from people. Okay? Give me a thumbs up in chat if you get this so far. A thumbs up in the chat. I get it. I can pull up InfoSparks. I can pull up Redfin. I'll even show you how to do it on MLS if you need me to. Thank you, Cara. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sylvia, by the way, I'll be replying to your email shortly. Thank you for over the weekend. Thank you, everybody, for posting. Yes. Good. You're getting this. Okay. Taylor, I hope you're good. Jess, I hope you're good. Not Xavier. Sean with the big picture. Thank you. All right, good. Now I know that you guys are on track with that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 3 zips, and here's what I would do. Let me just give you that example. Ready? So I would say this is stable. I'd be 070 is cooling. And then I'd be like, I'm giving you an example. Okay. You could also put emojis next to it, right? Do some emoji. That way people can see that what they're looking for is something extremely basic. Okay. So now let's go. So that was step one, was pick your zip codes. Step two is to go back and look 90 days so you can see what's happening. That's the current market. And then your next step is going to be what? How do I put this into implementation? So the first step I'm going to give you is email. So here's email. You're going to go subject line, and you're going to go whatever zip code it is, 06096, is cooling. Okay. And then I search for cool, cold, and I go like that.
Are you supposed to be sharing your screen?
No, it's in the chat. Sorry, buddy. It's in the chat. So in the chat, you'll see email. Subject is 06096 is cooling. And I will give you an example of what you can do. I'll share the screen. Go over to follow box. And then if I was going to send out my email, I'd go over to my tags. So here's my people. And I would add a tag. And here's all of my people that are 06096. Okay. Now what I could do is I could email them. And the email, like I said, is going to be inside. You see the chat. Chat says subject 06096 is cooling. Okay, that's why I asked you to pick three. Pick your three most popular ones where all your friends or your family, your community, whatever that is located. Could you do some others? Sure, absolutely. And then what you're going to do is now I can report. Ready? Here's the body of the email. Not very long. Over the past 90 days, Windsor Locks has seen a cool in the real estate market. Houses are sitting about 8 days as opposed to 3 days on the market. Sales are down by 10%. Want to know, ready, what's happening in 2025? Email me back. Why now? That's in the chat. Okay, just an example for you. You do not have to follow this exactly. That's that one. Now, what's your social media post? Social media. Social media post is same thing. Windsor Locks is cooling over the past 90 days. It's the same exact thing. See the difference here? One is sales, 393. DOM, 4 or 8. That's not good. This doesn't make sense. This is just quantitative. It doesn't help people. Qualitative helps them make sense of it because that's how they describe the real estate market. All this is in chat, my friends. All this is in the chat. So jump back. All right, so what's your marching orders today? To get started, to put your excuses in the trash. Start by the first thing that you can do is be the expert. Now, how do I know this is going to work? Well, I'm going to go back and I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share what Nina did. Okay, I'm going to bring it full circle. Here's what Nina did. That's a wrap. 104 calls made, 8 voice to voice, found a $1 million buyer who wants to connect after Thanksgiving. So I can help them find a property in Suffield and a handful of people who want me to reach out to them after the holidays. Giving a huge shout out to Nina here. Ashley crushing it as well. Jumping in, staying super committed, 84 calls, 9 voice to voice, 2 people following up. Guys, people are ready. I want you to throw your excuses away. People are ready to work and interact with you. What's going to work with them is be the expert first. This is what we've been talking about, and this is why we do the huddles, so that you can be the expert for what's happening in your market. Just stay small, pick 3 zip codes, report on those 3 zip codes. Now, if you want something and you want to go above and beyond, I'm going to ask that you guys either DM me or here on Slack and just give me a thumbs up, and I will be uploading some B-roll for you guys to use. And you can certainly ask Hannah to make you a reel with some of this data. So now if you want a social media reel, then we'll make that for you guys. And I have B-roll for it as well. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. I'll be putting that in here and I'll be uploading it. You can send that on over to Hannah and you can make some stuff with that. All right. Thank you guys for hopping on this morning. I'm pumped. For those of you in accountability, let's freaking crush it this week. If you guys want to jump into accountability, get those new deals going. It's really simple. I got 2 coaching calls after this. I will see you guys at 9:30 for accountability. Thanks, guys. Make an awesome day.